Hey, what's this? Some kind of mic or something? Hello, everybody. Kozaman, they all said at once. Well, I'm really surprised that now we have people already lined up. That's great. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, 0. Here comes the countdown. Last man a hero. Haters be foaming. Blup, blup, blup. Here's the CM Kozman Fight Club. Hello, everybody. This is your favorite eccentric host again. It's a pleasant Sunday night celebrating the 100th Centennial anniversary of the Turkish Republic. Still loading for me. Hello, everybody. Celebrating the centennial of the Turkish Republic while the world around the region continues to fall deeper and deeper into endemic war. It's a really dark turn of events these days. Donkey Kong Max says Toki, apparently in reference perhaps to the institution in Turkey responsible for building public housing. Yeah, YouTube servers are struggling to withstand the power of the stream. Apparently, servers are being fucky. Oh my god. There are some lags. Tokipona for hello. Oh, if there are lags, I might actually try to move. Please let me know if you still have the lag problem or if it's gotten better with you. How is my sound? How is the vision? Every 10 seconds flashes. Then it goes back to dark. Anybody else but Dasunyar having this problem? Out of the 8 or 7 million people we are currently hosting. Okay, playback okay, that's good to know. Still, let me move this as close to the modem as humanly possible. Hello, Kyra Fiskov. Hello, Dajunyar. Hello, Vermicide. Hello, everybody from my mystical dominion. Well, I hope it's been a great week for you guys. For me, Oreosaurus says, sadly, I'm going to miss the stream this time. Yeah, we know that spiel. You always come back. Been a great day. I just went to meet a friend who was going to actually gift me a huge ass drawing tablet. Just amazing. So I got that, and I had to drive across the Bosphorus Bridge, which just spans a continent, actually. So one side is Europe, the other side is Asia. You go there and come back, but there was just so much traffic because of the Republic Day celebrations. Basically, it's like Independence Day, but like the Centennial. So it's a big deal. Everybody was in great spirits. There's always this honking, flag waving, nice. And then on the Bosporus, I was really lucky. I got caught in a traffic jam, but I was lucky enough actually see the basically flagships of the Turkish Navy filing beneath the Bosporus Bridge. And I saw the great, medium-sized aircraft carrier that the Turkish Navy had just recently built. This thing, this TCG Anadolu. And I'm not much of a military buff, but it was like, hair standing on attention on the back of my neck and stuff. Okay, apparently we are having problems. Well, then I just need to. Okay, what should we do? How many people are having lag problems now? Can you mention? Okay, many people are having problems. That means I have a problem. So let us now move, well, to another zone. Well, this is going to have to be the kitchen stream, I'm afraid. Can you get me better now? Okay, please let me know if reception is great. Aircraft carriers. Yeah, you can see me now. Yeah, I kind of guessed that was the problem. Okay, let me fix something with the modem and I'll be right back. Sorry for this non-starter. It's been 6 minutes. Call everybody you know and please update on your connection situation. Can you hear me better? World War III is choking the internet in my part of the world. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, only 4 friends are watching. Wait, what an answer, but still. Doom loading, but no black screen, blah, blah, blah. I really don't know. It's probably a connection problem on my end. Be right back. I've done the best I can. Stream is better now. The light is better here too. Studio lightning in the Chimkin kitchen. Pepular is doing a sad bunny face. Vermicide is doing F. Cheers. Ruli is doing F, paying respects. Oh, with a refresh, it worked out. Okay. It's refresh time. F, F, F. Donkey Kong says F. Still loading on the iPad. God damn. Well, 12 people liked it, 5 people watching. Okay, the 5 of us are going to have a fireside chat. Let me show you some final loading screen pictures, and I hope these are good. Can you see these clearly? Okay, 7 people. All right, now we're, I think, getting some traction. Call everybody, bring people in, call all your friends, call everybody you don't know. We should get some more strangers in the stream too, like some people who never know. I actually thought about my dream streaming rig, which involved, you know how these like very popular streamers, they're always playing some Minecraft or some shit. So instead, I would have one top-down camera showing my drawing pad and paints and stuff. So like you would actually see me paint from this top angle, and then there would be like a small side thing with my face like in this corner, just like talking and like doing the whole like face of the man kind of thing. So that is my dream streaming setup. And I might slowly get there, but we'll see how it goes. I still need to work out, like, there are no off the shelf solutions for this thing. One thing for certain, though, I sure as hell would not be playing games on any stream. Vermicide's cat is watching too. What is your favorite period of Turkish history or Anatolian history? Well, about Anatolian history, you might want to check out my good friend TK Sivgin's channel on YouTube, where him and I have this big series about ancient Anatolian history, which is a nice series. I'm really proud to have taken part of it. So we're gonna continue that all the way until the reign of Constantine the Great, basically. And so there is that. About Anatolian history, no, about Turkish history, I'm really curious about the apogee of the Ottomans, like the top point of the Ottoman Empire, just before or after the first siege of Vienna, because it seems that back then, at least, urban Ottoman society seems to have had some very interesting ways of living, cultures, cultural stuff like games, songs, fashion, stuff like that. And these are not meticulously noted. Like, we only know a certain Ottoman military march from basically the notes recorded at a musician who was in one of the castles that the Ottomans were besieging. And when you play out those notes, actually, it's a very like bizarre song. Nothing at all like those. Nothing at all like those popular Ottoman historic songs that we know today. So they were like quite a distinct, unique, and like they had a unique sense of, I guess, complacency and urban culture, which I would have liked to see more. But I'm not one of those people who get an erection over like the furthest extent map or something like that. Jakub Bobrovics asks, have you ever been to Poland? No, I have been to Czechia, to Prague, and that's, I think, the closest I got to Poland. From the south, I have been, the closest to Poland I've been to was probably a visit to Macedonia, or North Macedonia, as they like to call it now. No, but I'd like to go. It's a nice place. That's my home country. Yes, Bobro. Yes, Jakub. Also home to Natalia Jagielska, and I'm very ashamed to forget her name, but she's one of the most accomplished paleo art modelers out there. So my respect to them both. One of the founding figures of Polish history, Alexander Mickiewicz, has a museum in Istanbul. His house has been converted into a museum. Our all tomorrows has been this has descended into a dark, deep level of shit posting. My agents have made me aware of something like this going on. Apparently, like there was a kid who thought he was like the ruler of the world or something. But once again, if I have to deal with discords and Reddit pages and stuff, like I wouldn't have time to do anything else. All right, 7 people, 20 likes. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the laggy beginning. Oh, I'm kind of tired from all the days driving and walking and shit. Nothing a nice sip of tea can't fix. 10 people. Okay, now we can do the roll call. Where in the world are you all from? Let's play the represent game. Where is everybody from? Vermicide from Vancouver, British Columbia. Jacob from Boston, USA. We had a friend from Maine. God damn. I hope they're okay. Donkey Kong is from Smyrna, Tennessee. Well, I've repeatedly been to this city which Smyrna, Tennessee is named after. That is to say, Izmir, which until the 1920s was known as Smyrna. Kyra Fisko is from Batavia, Ohio, all the cool names. Orange County, the most arcane name in the US. Did you have time to check the new Scavengers Reign? Unfortunately, not. Bratislava, Slovakia represent a selection of very smart and interesting people from all around the world. Are you going to draw that cricket that got named after you? Yes, that's in my plans, but I first have to finish everybody's commissions. Banner is from Germany itself. I've been making lots of watercolors and I scored some. So this is called leadbeater's paper, or basically leather workers paper. So it's got this scaly texture. Now it's very hard to paint on because it's like waxy. But if you take acrylic paint and dilute it with lots of water, like watercolors, then it gets this nice scaly texture. I really like it. Jakub Bobrovic says, impressed by my. Ah, thank you. Well, likewise, the way you draw is amazing too. But I think it comes from basically working at least 2 day jobs and having to deal with daily life shit, and like also trying to set aside time for my friends and everybody. I just have to like be doing something all the time. This is why actually I am not much into gaming. Never have been, because it's the same way with food, actually. Even though I'm a big food aficionado, you would probably notice that all the foods I have are like kind of wholesome nutrition, but like, kind of like concise, like boy dinner kind of stuff. Because it's going to turn into shit anyways. So why bother? Same with like gaming. I'm saying like, I got a minute here, I could either like play a game or create something that would last. Like this little cat, Aegean creature. Just look at it. Just sitting there, changing into a cat, just like absolute, an absolute man or a cat. Look at it change. It's just this fine thing. So another cool thing, if you have like watercolors, but if you use them together with basically very fine charcoals, basically you get this effect where the watercolors dissolve the edge of the charcoal, so you have these like really smooth and like kind of like 19th century British sort of line art. Yes, as Mikin says, this is cut man. Yes, it's been a busy week. We finished Criminal Cryptids 2. I had like quite out of the blue a grasshopper named after me, which is like the greatest honors. probably elsewhere in the channel, you know all these. Criminal Cryptids 2 was a great big ordeal, by the way. Like, took me 5 months to get through. Every week there was a new cryptid or some shit. I'm curious about your memories of drawing as a kid. So my memories of drawing as a kid, I just looked at books or watched movies, and then I sat down with the paper, and like when I was very young I had no reference, so I just like drew from my head, unless I was drawing dinosaurs, in which case I had an open book and I just literally copied the pictures there. So like these are, I'm talking about the ages, like literally my parents say I was drawing since I was like 4 almost. So yeah, the most salient characteristic actually is the presence of people all around me. So my parents were from like the youngest edge of the boomer generation, and because of their uncharacteristic privilege in Turkish society, they did not have to work much. It was basically my grandfather who did all the work. And whenever I met, like whenever like in a weekend or something, there would always be like visitors, you know, like these people like, and they represented like the extremely most westernized, secularized kind of elites of Turkish society. Like this is crazy. Like one night I walk into the living room and like David Byrne of Talking Heads is there. Like literally, he was on visiting Istanbul and like somehow found his way to. So they were like socialites basically, and I was always like, I always liked the idea of having people around me doing their own thing. I really enjoyed when like they took a look every now and then and they're like, oh, interesting, but not too deeply, you know, like I don't want to sit down and talk to them about my work extensively, but if they look and approve, or like if somebody like wow watches and shit, then I'm like, wow, okay, that's a good thing. And I just got so used to this that even now, for example, during COVID, I was fucking going crazy. I went out of the house numerous times just to sit at a cafe, just so that there would be people around me. Because for me, it's the kind of way my mind operates, that I don't have any of this, I need quiet to concentrate kind of like, get out of here. That's not the way I work. I work with like hustle and bustle around me. I want people around me. I want like people looking at my work, maybe girls checking out what I'm drawing, you know, that like always gets the noggin jogging, something like that. I just have like want to have life around me. So yeah, so when I have all the day to myself in the house and I'm alone and I work, like my day job is remotely. Back in the day I used to go to the office. I was a far more prolific sketcher because every now and then in between meetings I would like hash out a creature concept or like actually draw snayat creatures and stuff. So there's the way I operate. I still like being like in social places, in places where there are lots of people. That's actually why I like downtown environments a lot. Like I need a cafe, you know. And then every now and then I'm kind of tired and okay, but usually when I'm at home, I do computer work. Like I mean, either typing manuscripts for all tomorrows or scanning or digitally editing stuff. But like for like pen and paper work, I need to be outside. And so another thing in these like parties and like stuff with my parents was I always had this thing where like, if my grandfather came around or if my dad was around, I would like finish a piece and show it to them. So but I would not finish, like I would not show anything to them before it was finished. So it kind of like filtered down to my work ethic, I think. Speculative zoology is the fun fiction of the natural world. Yes, yes, very true. It's also a form of science fiction without narration. And don't underestimate the strength of stories without narration. Just lore, lore, lore. Lore war. Omni Collective Creativity just popping in to say hi. Hello, brother. Once again, please consider supporting me on Patreon, or if you're already supporting, like, chill out a little on buymeacoffee.com. Plus, we got all the nice goodies like in the merch store, which you can find from my other videos. We just launched a criminal cryptid t-shirt. And for guys that are, well, girls can wear them too. And for ladies, I have a sexy, like, criminal cryptid t-shirt. So if you want to gift your girlfriend, here's an option. Get her Cosman pinned. Visual storytelling is one of my favorite methods, says Dr. Banana. Yes, mine too. Lexus Galavan, are dragonflies flying geckos in a sense? Nah. I wouldn't think so. Dragonflies are very unique. I mean, the closest analog you can get is maybe kingfisher birds. They're very unique. They have a very unique lifestyle. I see, like, the creatures are like gecko feet and like the dragonfly wings. They're kind of like similar feeling. But a more insect analog of geckos would, I think, be robber flies. Those like big ass flies that like sit on rocks and then just launching and eating stuff. Any chance of a Snayat sneak peek or a status update? Well, if you're in Patreon, you would already see the human figure drawings that I have been launching. So those are nice. But now that you asked, Jakub Bobrovics, I will launch a new sneak peek tonight. New things are happening for Snayad all the time. I'm drawing the flying creatures these days, most and more and more and more of them. The Junior is back with some minor disturbances, but otherwise all right. Yes. I hope you like my Chimkin kitchen. Let me see if I have more Chimkin. Oh, you're in luck. I got mutton. And I got Chimkin over here. Just these lovely, lovely goblets. Nice thing too, yes. Sailor Snayad. No. Need the Snayad anime. You guys are just glamored by the figure drawings, are you not? I will give you some nice Chimkin advice, by the way, okay? Who among you, wow, of all 18 of you, I'm so happy. At one time we were down to 3 people. I was so scared. But now we're back to our usual numbers again, racking those up. So who among you lives alone? Or they're in college or some stuff? Okay, let me know who's living alone, because I'm going to give you like the life advice you never know you needed. Kyra Fisco lives alone. Lonesome. Oh. Well, I'm assuming like you guys are a bit like seasoned veterans, so you probably know, like, I know you guys individually, so you're seasoned veterans. But in case you're like a student, okay, or like just living alone, what was that lonely planet song like? Doing things alone now usually. Anyways, so what you get? Okay, I'll tell you about this very nutritious and like wholesome food you can just do anywhere. You're basically gonna get you're basically gonna get chicken breast, okay, from the butchers or the supermarket or whatever. The thing about chicken breast is it's boneless and it's like kind of tender and it's kind of cheap in most places. Well, cheaper than mutton, anyways. So you're gonna get those and you're gonna cut them up in like little cubes of your preference. So just like my little chimkins here, just chop them up and you lace the plate with salt, pepper, and some olive oil or butter if you want. Then you put it all in the freezer. Okay, that's step number one. And you prepare as many plates like this as the days of the week, basically. Okay, so then when you come home from work or you're hungry but on a short notice, what you're gonna do is you're also gonna have another box with like sweet potatoes or regular potatoes or onions in it. Okay, that's your step two. So just when you're like, imagine you're back from work, you take out one of the frozen chimkins, chop up for some potatoes and onions. It's just going to take you 1 fucking minute. Okay, put them in there and then just cook it in a little oven, or I don't know if you're American, microwave it, I guess. And that's your dinner. It's very easy to prepare, it's very easy to freeze and like keep ready. If you're a student, like it's very affordable. And when you cook this thing, especially like the key ingredients are like onions, garlic, plus sweet potatoes, or like any other vegetable you can find. Like these zucchinis and like stuff, they also go great with them. Okay, I know you came here for speculative evolution or Snayad anime, but I'm talking about cooking. So you're just gonna bang that in the oven and cook that. It's very nice to eat, very ready to eat. And in case you're like you sometime in case you find yourself not alone and like you got a visitor over and like, I mean, you want to impress them with your cooking skills or some shit, this is actually a great like meal for two. It's like really wholesome, very nice. Recipes section, yeah, yeah. As the older I get, the more domestic I will be. Set out for galactic domination, but talking about chimkins instead. But the real chimkin was the friends we made along the way. 15 people watching me talk about chicken meals. What meals can you make from snide animals? Well, you can't digest their proteins. But in some areas, I think Snayad and Earth ecologies would have to like coexist, but they don't really interact. And Snayad animals, I think like you could use things like beaks or bones or hooves or like hard parts for like knife handles or like basically wood replacement. So, but I don't think many people in Snayad want like hunting. So if you're a student, when I was a student, if somebody had taught me about the chicken trick, I would have saved like thousands of like a lot of money, load of money from takeouts and shit. And I think like on another note, like schools should teach stuff like this. There should be like a life lessons, like life, like not in a dramatic sense, but like life lessons course. How to cook, personal hygiene, how to clean house, and even things like how to start an independent company or like how to be a small business owner, finance management. Schools don't teach any of that stuff. And it's just, or like what to do if somebody sues you, stuff like this. Some schools over here have those classes. Well, I envy the country you live in. How to open a bank account, how to make a savings account. These never get taught. And it's one of the dirty, evil tricks of society that, like, imagine these were universally taught. That many people would not be disenfranchised. Because if you actually don't have a family to teach you these things, and in some cases, yeah, families don't form out that way, a lot of people just end up missing out, and they have to depend on a paycheck. So yeah. My friend went to art school in New York City. The vibes were very weird, interesting bunch, but there was also some toxicity. I agree. especially if they went to New York. One of the most disgusting things about college life is the rapid way at which you come to face the issue of class structures. A lot of people who go to art school usually come from a privileged background, and you can just sniff the affluenza on their breath. And so they would have problems or issues which people from more humble or sane backgrounds would have difficulty empathizing with. So many extreme rich students at Pratt Arts. Of course. You know that Pratt was like, they gave me an unconditional acceptance, but just didn't go. Because I was accepted to Cornell University, which was an Ivy League school. Messy roommates, they were, yeah. Oh, Jakub, you also went to Cornell grad. Which hall? Cornell was also a bit toxic. Yeah, I actually returned to Istanbul after nearly 2 years because I just couldn't take it. It was so cold and I was so lonely. I was in Clara Dixon, yes. I was in one of those northern halls above. Well, you pass through Balch Hall and you go through the big student center and you go up. There was an international student hall. It was so lonely. I could cut it now, but I'm still doing what I like to do, so wouldn't have made a difference at the end. In Cornell University, you get this one day in spring where all these giant bees, greenish blue bees, hatch. And in one day, just in springtime, the whole place is full of them. It was just beautiful. They also have one of the world's biggest entomology collections. I was dropping out of Ivy League schools before it was cool. Everybody, let's talk about, like, where did you study? Which college did you go to? Or if not college, like what vocation school, or like what did you study? Let's talk about that a bit. Is Turkey nice? I've only been Spain, if you don't count my home country. Turkey is very nice. You got mountains, seas, cities, forests, Mediterranean coasts. It's a really beautiful part of the world, like geographically. Socially and government wise, it has some problems, but so do many other countries. It's a place where people struggle, but they never fall off the abyss like people in the United States do. It's also more dynamic than Europe in terms of entrepreneurship and overall, like, it does have a social state though. Like you have universal health insurance and everything. Jakub Bobrovic says, I'm a microbiologist in biotech, currently unemployed. Well, I hope it's through your own choice and I hope things get better soon. I studied genetics and neuroscience. I related a little to the yuppies I worked with at a student organization at university. Yeah, sometimes those yuppies or like those frat boys could like they can also like be very relatable to all of a sudden, because remember in college everybody is like acting out a character. And well, I'm just going to flex a little. When I was in Cornell University, in a weekend the only action you get is at one of those frat parties. So being a smooth talking individual, I could like slip my way into many of these places. But I was always the like hoodie wearing, talkative but skinny kid among all these frat bros with pop collars. And I remember like actually having like nice discussions about the Iraq war and some shit with like some like totally unexpected frat bros. And like yeah, it would get hairy sometimes when they let me too close to the ladies, but I don't know. Uh, All consensual, I don't care. Horizontally spinning rat, amazing name. Studied printing, really nice. Currently in third grade of high school. I had 3 exams tomorrow. Yeah, Tonya, I wish you the best in your exams and best in high school. Man, I wish I was that young again. Mishkin is from Masaryk University in Czechia, evolutionary biology, but didn't finish it. Fair enough. Derin Abitaoğlu is currently studying material science at Sabancı University. God damn! That's where I transferred after Cornell. Fuck, I'm gonna show this to you. Wait. So there's my Cornell University ID. I still have it on me, and it had the digit 666 on it. There's me, just and then where's my other college ID? And there's my Turkish Sabancı University ID. Yep. Yeah, I'm this old, everybody. Time flies, huh? Tempus fugit. So, hello. I think crabs would find loser fitting clothing. Okay, crab clothes. I'll need a three-legged cat. Which location are you talking about? We got lots of people tonight. I'm very happy. I studied geography at the University of Hawaii at Point Nemo. This is a reference to the Snouter's book, which is one of the core texts of the speculative evolution lore. And there are these weird creatures in that book called the Snouters, which are these mobile noses, and they all live in an archipelago called the Hawaii archipelago. Oh, you were at the Delta Tau Delta fraternity. There were so many of them. The Junior says, studying history or arts? It's a very like, if you like writing, study history, because you can always be an artist. I would actually like actively advise many people not to study art, because history gives you a great perspective, which actually can make you a better artist. In this day and age, most art schools just like, it's just a clearinghouse for rich people. I'm very sorry to say. And there's nothing wrong with being advantaged or privileged, but Go to a school that teaches you crafts, not art, because you do some like weird thing with rotating lights and stuff. It's all a bit like inconsequential. I'm really surprised that none of you made a joke about Miskatonic University. Yeah, after seeing my friend's experience in Pratt, like if I was a rich parent and if my non-existent child was like, "Oh, daddy, I got into Pratt," I'm saying, "Get you gone, girl. I ain't gonna send you to Pratt. Here's just a house in New York City. Hang around there for 4 years and come back. No need for that shit. I'll just pay the money right to hire a flat, stay 3 years in New York, spend 1 year traveling around the world. It would probably cost me less too." Well, everybody's got studying questions. Call all your friends from your Discords, your smartphones, send this link. I want to see more bodies in this kitchen. Do it now. Already 24 chimkins and counting. You mentioned something about the Demeter cult you got a flute from. Oh, that was just like a bamboo flute I blow about. And it stands next to a statue of Demeter in my living room. So I call this the Demeter cult flute. I just blow on it and like it's like a motive thing to me. One of my many perverse rituals, the only first three levels I can admit to. After that, it gets a bit complicated. But I'll bring the flute of Demeter right now. Well, behold the Centennial rite of Demeter. And this is the flute. Now, blowing on this flute causes three cards to materialize. Card in the middle, card in the left, card in the right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got this? Now, each of these cards contain a very special monster picture. But I will only let you see one. The other two you will never see. So choose 21 chimkins. Which one is it going to be? It's the first ritual of Demeter. Left. This left. This left. Confirm this left or that left because the screen is mirrored. Yes. 3. Yes. Okay. You asked for it. Some guy says no, but the majority voted. Democracy. I love democracy. So these two say goodbye. Electric creature. Yes, yes, yes. These are all like acrylics, but when you mix, so you have the white acrylics, you mix that actually with like dishwashing detergent, and then when you bring it close, you can see it has this nice marbling effect because the soap repeals the other thing. Yeah, yeah. Well, too bad the other two. One was like a hardcore erotic picture, and just too bad you didn't get to choose that. My hair is not a transplant actually. It is going bald on these sides, but I don't give a fuck. I used to wear it much much shorter. I still think I'm gonna cut it these days, but I just wanted to let it grow a bit because I got nice hair. If people are expressing exasperation that they did not get to see the sexy one. Are you going to make a poster of one of your creations or your logo? That's a good idea. Maybe. I might put it on the shop. Good idea. So, this was the first ritual of Demeter. Okay, you would buy a poster. I'll see what I can do. Contemporary posters are too big, though. Any more questions? We are 25 people. We almost reached 30 in the last stream, so that's nice. 24 people, 25 people in my kitchen. Atta says this. Hello. Atta is also a genus name for leafcutter ants. Do you do anything for exercise? Not now, but from age 12 to 18, I went swimming 3 times a week. I did like swimming. And from 18 onwards, every day I ran until COVID. Like every day I did like at least 1 hour of running. And these days I'm just eating healthy. And when I go outside, I always like walk around for a lot. I'm always very mobile. And that's why I'm so ripped. I don't know. God's being kind to me in that respect. I eat a lot. I never put on weight. What? Hair doesn't. Are you a teacher at a school? No. I wouldn't want, I mean, I really respect teachers, but I'd like to be a visiting teacher, but maybe no. How tall are you? 185 centimeters. Are there any guides to UFO entities like the one by Hugh Patrick? I have one, but it might be the one by Hugh Patrick. Let me bring it over. Wait. Yeah, so take these. Would you believe that the bookshelf dedicated to UFO books is in my dream library? So this book, which is the Field of Terrestrials, is by Patrick Hughes, and it's very well illustrated and with details of many creatures. In fact, if somebody just like made a YouTube channel out of these things, they could probably get hundreds of thousands of viewers. But there are alternatives. There's this book, for example. It's called UFOs, the Definitive Closed Case Book by a certain John Spencer. It took me years to track this book down. Like, wow, you would not believe. And it has actually very nice airbrush pictures of some legendary UFO encounters. Like, so actually, let me like cross-reference it for you. So these like wheel ball like. So in the Patrick Hughes books, they're like illustrated this way. In this book, they're illustrated this way. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable, this one. Also, there are many, many more pictures. I think if you're in America, you can get these for very cheap, like from second-hand books. But that's the nice thing about America. You can get anything. They have this like a UFO case from Soviet Russia with the 3 meter tall Voronezh giants, and there's also a bust of Lenin and a communist citizen running away. Yeah, it's a kind of weird trope, but it's full of amazing art like this. And I was just chasing down this book just for that. They got the Hopkinsville Goblins. Like this book is a like treasure trove, really. Like, are the Voronezh aliens three-eyed astronaut aliens? Yes, those are the ones. But this book seems to be written before the three-eyed version of the story is set in. It was reprinted in 1991, so it was very fresh. You must have seen Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrial Fantasy, right? Oh, brother, they're in that back room right there. My whole life I've spent to building this library, and it's got just, I mean, nearly 5,000 books, and I don't know what to do if I'd ever move and stuff. Goodbye, Popular. Would you go to outer space or real deep in the ocean? People keep asking this, and my answer is always the real deep ocean. Outer space is boring. You just sit on it. Okay. As the great American philosopher Marilyn Manson says, in space the stars are no nearer. I have this book, it's a good one. Yeah, 6'7". How did you do that with your fingers? What? This? Oh, I'm double jointed. Like, I also have the mallet finger syndrome. Plus, these can like really rotate well. Flexible customer. Have you read any Buckminster Fuller? I watched a documentary about his life. He seems to be like a cool guy, but also like a contemporary of Buckminster Fuller's, Lewis Mumford, calls him a charlatan or like a salesman of technical gimmicks. So I don't know. He was obsessed with mobility or concepts like Dymaxion. So he had the Dymaxion house, Dymaxion car. He seems to be an interesting guy. Towards the end of his life, he had many ventures. He tried to build houses that didn't go really well. He built a car which almost became like a mass-produced vehicle, but in the last moment it was an accident and people got killed, so it got canceled. So towards the end of his life, he found a new life as a kind of eccentric genius, talking to young kids at his time, which were in the 1970s, kind of like the way I am talking to you now, maybe. Intelligent. Okay, what would architecture look like if it was created by intelligent crabs? Just holes, I think. Holes and cracks. Or like this kind of, imagine a multi-level thing of pancakes. Would you rather be the first man on Mars or be the first man to live on the moon permanently? Fuck, never permanently. I would rather go to Mars than come back. I don't want to live in the moon permanently. I want to be on the earth. I want to like swim, run, breathe fresh air. I want to go to a forest and shit. It's worse than the worst exile. You understand? Like, everybody had 3 years of lockdowns and half of the population has mental disorders. Now, yeah, what do you think the moon base is going to feel like? They do tackle this at that great TV series, by the way, called uh, for all mankind. Colonies in space are highly overrated. They're also probably impossible. One of Buckminster Fuller's good ideas was to disregard the space race and focus on Earth. Yes, based. Horizontally Spinning Rat says, I have been to Turkey last weekend. Ah, why didn't you call me? Really lovely place. Yes, where did you go, my friend? Ah, King HB says, Naskrekiana Kozemeni, yes. God damn, I really felt so good. I felt like something is going right with my life. And maybe this is going to sound silly, but it felt like a premonition of greater success to come. Are there any Turkish dinosaurs? No, we have ichthyosaur fossils, placodont fossils, mosasaur fossils. There's even a crocodile called Turcosuchus. Then we got many prehistoric mammals, but during most of the Mesozoic era, Turkey was under the sea. So yes. Would you have one colossal alien invading Earth or billions of smaller aliens? One colossal alien, I guess. These questions. Wow, 25 people. Hello to all my newcomers. If you've just joined the stream, please let me know where you're from so we can do the whole roll call kind of thing. I am the questioner. Questioner, says the junior. Question. Heath is from Finland. Hello, fellow Ural Altaic friend. Well, Ural Altaic speaking friend. I'm from Sweden. Wow, okay. We need somebody from Norway, and the trifecta would be complete. Have you ever watched District 9? I really liked it. Really liked it. King B. HB is an Irishman. Nice. Blue guys from Turkey. Abi selamlar. I wish you a happy Cumhuriyet Bayramı. What do you think about Poland? I'm from there. Tonya is also from Turkey. Oh, God, all the Turkish lurkers are here. Hello, everybody. I like Poland. It's a nice place. A bit like Czechia in the respect that it's one of those European countries where it's still kind of livable. I have never been there, but I would love to go there. Okay, autocorrect my serving. Wormeter is from Wyoming. Hello, good sir. Justice for the Polkipua species. I am not privy to the deepest lore about this thing. Hello, my brother, says E.T. Whisperer. Hello, Rob. I hope, congrats on having the insect name after you. Yes, thank you so much. I just have so many comments on everybody congratulating me. I could not write back to you on time, so thanks for your patience. From Kalamazoo, Michigan. My best goes out to the US and your family and everyone you love. Apparently, there was a sequel in the works for District 9, but I'm glad they didn't make it. You don't need a sequel in that world. Maybe a completely different story in that same world. Isn't it so unfair that There are human beings living in worse conditions than that movie now. So unfair. You cheer them up when they kill people in movies, but do you know the works of Carlos Fuente for Jurassic World Dominion? I unfortunately do not. Favorite sci-fi book? Oh, I think Olaf Stapledon's books, Last and First Man, Star Maker. Those are like epic. Someone gave me a thumbs up. What's that do? Whoa, okay, that's really cool. Is it an auto thing or? Oh fuck, it's an automatic thing. Can you see this shit or wait? How is it even like? So tacky. Look at this shit. I hope you and your family are well. Everybody's okay. Thank you, Grob. What if I just do one finger? Wow, it can tell a thumb apart from a little finger. I'm not gonna put up a middle finger. What about this? Wow. Yeah, so these are all the algorithms they use for making Mid Journey come up with hands that don't look like shit. Put into good use. It can tell my thumbs up. That's very interesting. It can tell it thumbs down. Is Snayad in the same universe as All Tomorrows? No. Snayad is more like hard sci-fi, where All Tomorrows is like more epic universe spanning space opera. How about I do two thumbs up? What the fuck are you gonna do now? Oh, unbelievable. Okay, let's do one more fireworks show for Republic Day, the Centennial of the Turkish Republic. Peace at home, peace in the world. CM Kozumen got blow up. Okay. Got blown up. All right. As Anakin Skywalker says in episode 1, and they blow you up. Kalina says the thumbs up is probably to remind the people to like the video. Yeah, so like the video, subscribe to this channel, but I think you already are subscribed. Did you see the series Love, Death and Robots? I have seen it, and I don't have kind things to say about it, unfortunately. Technically, they're great works of animation, but they suffer from the same problem as that other series, Black Mirror, where it's just this sort of edgy, kind of dark, but like robots. Yeah, it's not my favorite form of science fiction. Let me say that much. It's like kind of too much loaded with tropes, overrated and cliche. I mean, there's like, ever watched the Animatrix? Oh, Animatrix is a different story. I fucking love that thing. It's it's like it's so dark, so good, very like a portent, don't you think? Portent of things to come. Your flesh is a vessel, a relic. Surrender your flesh, and the new world awaits. It's just like this war scenes and everything. It's just I watch it once every year. We demand it, yeah, and then Do you get tired of all tomorrows? I get tired of. I don't get tired of everybody enjoying this work. That's how I met most of you. So in that way, I'm happy. I. It's strange being associated with only that work, but I can't complain. No, it's really like it changed a lot of things for me. You should create a new word about those tropey things and call it overtroped. Yes, yes, yes. Always a kind of, always a kind of red flag when any sort of series or narrative suddenly becomes popular among like not that there's anything bad about them, but among like white collar office workers, like Game of Thrones. Hey, did you watch the latest episode? You saw Love, Death, and Romance. Black Mirror, so dark but so true. Get the fuck out of here. Mm. I came for all tomorrows, but stayed for the frog PowerPoint. See? If you've been following my channel on YouTube, what is your favorite like video so far, like that I made? Let's talk about that. Your favorite video on the CM Kozman YouTube channel. Beaked whales. All right, that's nice. I like doing that. Oh, Alien Nibiru. Yeah, that's a big, like, it got thousands of views. That's very interesting. Theories that you used to upload. Yeah, some more videos like that are coming. I just enjoyed chatting with you and thank you. Glycon, yeah, I like doing that. Travel videos, cat videos. Basically, they're my favorite videos, to be honest, but the rest of the channel supports the travel videos because they don't get lots of views. The Jin video, folklore, Aegean vampires, the vlog where you ate chicken pilav. There are many more. Like I got so many more travel videos in the can, including like big videos for distinct neighborhoods of Istanbul. But I just have so much footage I need to cut. And cat videos, yeah, yeah, you just have to have them. Snake evolution video. Did I do a snake evolution video? Maybe not mine. Prehistoric. Oh, okay, the sea snake extravaganza. Yeah, yeah, that was good. The drastic phenotype. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, YouTuber burnout. Well, I actually never suffer from YouTuber burnout because my channel is not monetized and I get to do whatever I want when I want. That's the definition of freedom for me. Iceberg stuff is reptile an outdated word? No. Your opinion on Michael Crichton? Really good writer. Really like it's very hard to write books that are suspenseful to read like that. Book reviews, Communion. Yeah, I actually have the two sequels to Communion. I've read them, but they're so bad, I didn't even bother to do a review about them. Maybe I should. I'm also trying to find more people to interview with. Like, I want to extend the reach of this channel. So I want to like have interviews with other bigger channels so I get to drive up my numbers sometimes. So if you know any big YouTube channel owners, I even back in the day, I reached out to people even like what if artists to talk about history and stuff, or even channels like Vosh or something. But they're not my cup of tea. But it would be interesting if I featured in a big channel like that. Then I could like snipe all the smart and weird people from all the basic politics stuff. Trade Explainer, he's a good online friend. And we had an interview with him on the Plastic Plesiosaur podcast. Have you tried to make a new weird mammalians video? It would have to be based on a clade I can study one by one. I want to do something about all pigeon species, actually. A pattern with monetization. If you hit big, you have to keep ensuring, yeah, it's a drive. Like it's like actually one of the things I fear the worst. So imagine you're Hassan Abi or Waush or whoever, loner box or something. So imagine there's a war somewhere that people are dying and stuff. And like you're standing up 3 a.m. in the morning, somebody's photoshopping your face. And over here is a text saying Gaza war or Ukraine war, Biden. You're just reacting to the news cycle at that point. And it's just so dark. I wouldn't want to be like that. Were there all tomorrow's videos before 2020? There were a few. Good luck finding them. Mutlu Bayramlar says Hede Hobogobom. Congratulations on the species name, best present. Yes, I was so happy. You have immortalized yourself. I thank you. Must be doing something right. Going on a scavenger hunt. Oh, that burned mansion thing. That was nice. Olms are a very strange amphibian. Talking about Proteus anguinus, the colorless salamander that lives underground. I gotta go soon. Tell me I love your views on life evolution and consciousness. Thank you. I'd rather be poor than to debase the quality of my creations. Yes, although the argument might be made that maybe like a few thousand or like at least a few 100,000 more people could enjoy this channel. I mean, like, imagine this YouTuber called Wendy Goon, okay? Like, I'm sure there are a lot of people in his audience that would react to my stuff better. The thing about my stuff I know is that there are two things. One, my quality, production quality, is a bit like too punk rock for most people. And number two, I don't have a set team. I have like a more omnivorous and a more real interest in things. So I don't know, but it might get big. I don't know. Wendy Goon is whack, in a good way or a bad way. Okay, I'm just gonna gossip a little. I saw that guy's wedding pictures. That girl is going full bridezilla. I wish them all the happiness, but I know people. Okay, I've been to weddings, and you see that they're probably a very happy couple and all the best on them. But there seems to have been had some bridezilla drama during that wedding. I don't know. I know that thousand-year yard stare. That's all I'm saying. Could reptiles evolve their own version of the external ear like mammals? Probably. If you look closely, some geckos have them, like not like flaps, but like little ingressions. He does the iceberg trend. This being said, this guy's got thousands of viewers. Now somebody's going to rat this segment out to him and he's going to send all the haters. And Mr. Vendigoon, if you are listening to me, I am contacting you from a higher plane of existence, and I would love to talk about life, angels, biblically accurate angels, anything under the sun. Call me up. You know who plays the flute of Demeter. Of course, I do have interviews with our dear friend Rob Gautier here, and I really enjoy them. Really enjoy going on them. Sincerely, Daddy Goes. Oh, Daddy. There's also this other guy. What's his name? Penguin Zoo or whatever. All his videos are like this dipshit situation is crazy. Like, I don't know, like crank house drama is crazy. Something drama is crazy. That guy is cool though. I despise big YouTubers. I mean, don't despise the people, they're all human beings. I think you can despise the racist ones, I guess. I don't know. Mhm. I'd love to also interview Hassan Abi, to be honest. He sounds like a fun guy to shoot the shit with. What's your favorite body plan? The lizard body plan, like just crawling around on your limbs, or the arachne body plan? I used to make really stupid videos. Penguins you used to make, yeah. There seem to well, yeah. So they're caught up in the internet drama trend because millions of people watch them like reality TV. They've become the analogs of those. I know I watch it sometimes. I also even was a big fan of those older and kind of darker and weirder 2016 era internet blood sports thing, like the whole thing with Matt Jarbo, Mr. Metokur. What was the other guy? Aim, aim, aim, aim, aim, aim, aim. What the hell was that? A lot of racists in that crowd too. What initially drew you to read phylogenetic papers? They're just fun. It's just like fun imagining, like it's just fun understanding the relations of things to each other. Like, so when I was a kid, I used to find roly polies in the backyard, okay? And I always try to imagine, are these millipedes that can roll, or are they some sort of like terrestrial crustacean creature? I didn't know at the time, but I could see the similarities. Turns out both options are correct because there are some millipedes that do the roly-poly thing, but actual roly-polies in my backyard were crustaceans, isopods. So there, yeah. Have you watched Sıcak Kafa? That Netflix thing? No, not a big fan. So if it's this kind of thing, like if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And for me, phylogenetics is really fun because you get to see all the rhymes in the poetry that is life. You get to see what is related to what and stuff. So there's there. Favorite CM Kozeman, my things. Currently, I'm a big fan of the Criminal Cryptid series. Like, I'm really trying to amp the production values, even though I still have this punk rock approach. I have actually learned how to clip silences in audio recordings, so there are no awkward silences. So it sounds much more smoother and stuff. I also lay out this like little 7% background music. That's cool. Also, getting more people involved for introductions and more music and stuff, that's nice. Oh shit, we're running out of battery. Don't worry, I've got all the time. So here we're gonna play a game. I am now going to boil some hot water for coffee, okay? We're gonna do that because I'm gonna need a daddy needs a coffee refill. I'm gonna get some well, I'm just gonna go pee, and then I'm gonna bring in a cable to recharge this thing. So tonight is actually a big long night for me. I feel very energetic, huh? And we could keep on talking for at least one more hour. I would like. Have you tried CapCut? No, what is it? An editing program? I'm trying to get a video editor that does the sinus truncation there too. So, coffee time. Ask more questions. Also, I mean, if any of you really knows those big time YouTubers, I mean, I don't know. It's a far off shot, but who knows? Okay. Ask about like online internet gossip, anything like let's spice it up a little, or any other questions. Ask them on. I'll be right back. Let's take these back. Now we'll be with you soon. Pride and their virtue. All right. Let's get some coffee. Or maybe just linden tea. How are you enjoying everybody? It's just nice to hang around in a domestic setting, don't you think? Be right back. Just need to put a bit of milk in it. Let's get some water. I'm also demanding to stay hydrated. Wherever you are, get a glass of water, damn it. None of you kids remember when to drink these days. What am I gonna do with you? All right, I brought over some milk and a can of Smirnoff. Nice. This feels like a spy cam now. Okay. Okay, many questions, many comments. Adobe Premiere is good. Yeah. I've used Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, but actually iMovie is really great these days. Like I really like using it. It's just so simple, so easy. I mean, for my kind of videos, you don't really need much more. An interview with Bibloridion would be nice. Yes. I also know him in real life, so that's interesting. That would be interesting. Out meal. My sleeping on my lap now. I'm stuck. Well, you're immobilized forever. Does your cat also come and like put you in a sleep paralysis citizen's arrest at night? I know my cat used to do that. Well, my parents' cat at least. It's a question I really want answers to. What is that question? I must have missed it. What kind of diet would an elk need to develop human? Well, maybe they already do have human type intelligence. They just don't express it that way. You see, every living creature is, I think, self-aware. And even the things we see as a lack of intelligence are actually like they follow some higher order. It's just my hunch. A low resolution spy cam. Will you do a video about all crayfish species? Are you crazy? It would take years and thousands of episodes. The most I can do is maybe a family by family basis, but even there. King HP is doing a world building project with a dominant species as elk. Okay. Slice of life. Yeah, I love slice of life stuff. Also, it's really underappreciated these days. Huh? None of these big names have anybody doing regular stuff. And I don't think anybody else but Trey the Explainer has hair as fancy as mine. Could a blind species with extremely good hearing evolve sentience? Once again, they already are sentient. What do you think river dolphins are or bats are? Mean questions. Yes, many questions. I gotta. Oh, your cat. Not my place to say it, but looks like you're in an abusive relationship. Amanda asks, many forms of media sentient species that move underground become less sentient. I mean, I guess the thing many people are trying to arrive at is basically mole people, and it's not impossible, but I mean, you might have mole people, you might not have mole people. It's just like what makes these things interesting is like imagine there's a blind species. If they live in such a way, maybe their whole concepts of sociality or like worldview and stuff, they might be really smart, but they would not even have to be like humans, And Oh fuck! I'm turning into a blind species as we speak because I put some cologne in my face and my eyes are burning now. Just put some cologne on my face to freshen up, you know? Oh yeah. That's a good kind of pain though. It hurts so good. All right. It's molding time, yeah. Mole people, Metro 2033, maybe. Yeah, my cat drink the water and run away. The evil, evil, bad cat. Kyrie Fiskov says, I agree that an insect is as aware as a human based. Oh, I feel so slimy and greasy. Must be the result of having a high metabolic form. Do you have a cat or any other animal? Well, my parents have a cat, and whenever I go stay with them, I really like interacting with this cat. She's almost 17 years old. Really like her. She's the cat in the you touch the claw, you get the claw video. So there. I mean, less intelligent, not sentient. I don't know. If an animal lives underground and like how does it obtain its food or how is its social organization? Usually many of the details people mistake for sentience, they're actually artifacts of the social organization and hierarchies that humans have as primate level stuff. So like the ability to speak, expressions, even maybe tool making. So if a species lives underground, let's say they're not very social, then these things could still be very intelligent, but they would not feel a need to speak with each other, or they would not have many cues like social cues, you know. It all depends on how that thing is living, socializing, and it's obtaining its livelihood. The worst feeling is being sticky. I agree. Maybe not worse than being skinned alive, but yeah. Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. There was this punk song. God told me to skin you alive. Their pride and their virtue, the goodness all gone for a few dirty coins that he just can't go on. Throws it head to the sky and wishes up above, and he pisses like a cry in the unfaithful night. In the ports of Amsterdam, in the hard ports of Amsterdam. Dun, ga, digga, digga, dun, digga, digga, dun, dun, dun, dun. That's David Bowie after Jacques Brel. What a nice, nice song. I always thought sentience is the ability to be self aware and have some kind of free will, while sophons is the ability to conceive abstract concepts. Is there a clear line between those two things? I mean, many people I know can construct abstract concepts without being extremely intelligent. So, and vice versa. Aborigines and Eridians, these are from this very famous Hal Clement book, Fire Time, are both examples of blind, technologically advanced aliens. Yeah, Hal Clement, that's Hal, Clement, Clement, great author. Dutchin says, I'm a joker, bit of a trickster, a tomfoolery fellow. Yeah, my sort of guy. Lexus Glavan is imagining a symbiosis of a rodent sharing a nest with a katydid-like creature. So it's a bit like those goby fish and those shrimp that share the same nests underwater. Really plausible. Mantids are really smart, says Amanda. They really are, huh? They're the only insect that can peer over their shoulders. Whoa, we almost reached 2 hours. Nice. And there's still 24 of you here. Any newcomers in the recent half hour? Let me know who you are, where you are. Very beautiful eyes as well, true. Have you heard of Humanity Lost? Yes, it's very famous comic by Callum Diggle. Really great comic. Callum is a great artist, one of the artists I look up to. Could creatures the size of human hummingbirds evolve sapiens? Why not? Logan Kearsley is from Eastern Idaho. Hello. Kalum just joined from Czechia. Hello. Hello, everybody. Have you heard about analog horror? Hayden is just joining in from Oregon. Hello, mate. Watching from Finland. Ah, Rob has to go. All my Godspeed, brother, and my best to Kalina and your son. Really nice. Hello from Cork, Great Britain, I believe, right? Is there a potential size limit to cell phones? Probably the same size limits as apply to planets, huh? I've created a list of my levels of awareness among life forms. Can we read it anywhere? It sounds really interesting. All life forms are reactive. Most life forms have sensation. Most animals are sentient. Some animals are sapient. Few animals are sophons. That's a nice, nice tier. No, Cork is in the Republic of Ireland. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. This must be a horrible faux pas on my part. Mea culpa. I, I don't apologize much, but honestly, apologies. Do you hear the neighbors fighting? The more on you. Oh, I like these things. Hi from South Africa, says Ethan. What do you think about the Men in Black? I should have included them in the criminal cryptids podcast, but there's just such a big issue, big part of contemporary folklore. I think a lot of them are just lies. That it's very easy to say, this man was here and did this and that. In another part, they could represent people working for the Air Force to basically like gangsters to silence witnesses. And there's nothing mysterious in this, this like a CIA agent or Air Force investigator pays some thugs to like freak somebody out, and they just do that. It's a time honored American thing. You pay a guy who pays a guy who does the deed for you. I am drinking water out of a glass the size of a book. Have you heard of the Malabar squirrels? They're beautiful squirrels and the tufted. So they're like giant, like cat-sized almost squirrels. With you would think they're like a furry creation or like some speculative evolution thing, but they're actually all real. So yeah. 23 people. This has been a very successful stream. So nice. That makes sense. Donkey Kong. I answered the pet questions repeatedly. Like one of my dearest pets was a green iguana I kept between 1998 and 2008. And when it passed out, I was so sad. Before that, I also had many temporary pets like lizards, mantis, or like turtles and stuff. But the older you get, the more the death of a pet hurts you to such a degree that I think 3 years ago I rescued a little gecko from a spider's web, okay? And for 1 year I took care of it. After the second year, in the second year it died, and I literally cried. It was just like smaller than my pinky, and it died. I was devastated. So unfortunately, unfortunately, it's just so sad. I just have like few boxes full of small snails now, and every now and then I throw them like some lettuce and stuff, and they eat it. If I have to go anywhere, or like if it's a hot summer, I can release them in the garden. Anything bigger, I just feels awful when they die. I got lots of plants though. As the saying goes, pets are the new kids, and plants are the new pets. And kids are the new frontier. I don't know. My respect to everybody who has kids. It's really hard. Lifetime commitment, huh? How old are you? Next year I will be 40. Ticks are really cool. Oh, Amanda, that's very interesting. Oh, holy. Kids are the new owners. Yeah, I should have made that pun. Ticks are like one of the few creatures I'm genuinely afraid of in the wild because of Lyme disease and shit. There have been a few times I found them on me, but fortunately they were just like ambling about in my leg hairs. And yeah, Cara Fisco says I'll be 30 next year. Oh, youth, the joy of youth. But on the other hand, like the other day I was on the street and there was this retarded looking pug, okay? And I just like asked the owners if I could hug this pug, and I hugged it, and it made me feel so good. Ticks are so disturbing. They don't disturb me at all. Like if it was a harmless creature, I would like voluntarily like it's like squeezing a zit. Oh, so pleasurable. I love like bursting pimples, zits, blackheads. I like get off on that shit. So I really like that. The only thing with ticks is they can give you Lyme disease, which like messes you up for life. I'm not kidding. Like it's one of the few risks I'm genuinely scared of. Like in traffic, I go jaywalking. I don't even care. Sometimes I like speeding. I don't care about masks and COVID and shit, even though I had COVID and it was really bad. But ticks are something I'm genuinely scared of. How are your book projects going? Subscribe on Patreon to find out. Oh, they can suck up so much blood that they pop, yes. I also really love these videos where they find a sea turtle or another animal and they remove the parasites from them. It's just so relieving. One time I found something which I thought was a fake plant ovary. Turns out it was a bluish tick. Ah, shit. I saw that too once. Not my dog, but like in a beachside restaurant. The dog lay down, then got up, and there was this like olive sized tick walking around. Yeah, no reason to drink that much blood, lol. Yes. You're spring to me, all things to me. Don't you know your life itself? Up Cork, the true capital of Ireland. Yes, I'll never live it down. I'm really sorry. Worst insult. I'm really sorry. It's like someone saying, "Ah, you're from Istanbul. Which part of Arabia is that from?" I'm really sorry. I'm gonna get a fish soon. Yippee hoo K says, "Okay, congratulations. Better take good care of her." Pushing up to 2 hours, and 26 of you are still here. Do you have any paranormal or like criminal cryptid related questions? Let's go down that road for a bit. No, I'm not doing thumbs down. What the hell? What if I do this? What happens now? For posterity, I'm playing with this stupid AI filter that, like, watch this. Huh? Ooh! Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Tell your wife how you won medals up in Derry. Tell us how the IRA made you run like hell away. Na na na na na na na na na na na. Na, na, na, na, na, na. That's a great song. Don't have the same feelings about IRA, but that's a great song. Are there any Turkish cryptids? Many. Actually, there are a bunch of them in the criminal cryptids videos. Go watch them. The most famous of them is the Lake One lake monster, which is in the eastern part of Turkey. And I might do a video about that soon. Every time you do that, the quality becomes so bad. You mean the fireworks thing, or every time I sing Black and Tens? Have you read some of the missing 411 stories? No, I haven't read them. What are they? Tell me about it. What are the missing 411 stories, Lucarici? If you can tell me, let me look it up actually. It's about lost people and hunters. Interesting. I mean, on first thought, it seems like in the United States, it's such a big place. And I think it has many more serial killers than one believes. Also, a lot of people just probably go commit suicide. So it's all very dark. I think a lot of them are suicides, to be honest. And a few others just get lost somewhere and you never find them. Even at the best of times, there was a huge ratio of crimes that get detected and crimes that get solved, basically. And along each step, there's a big discrepancy, and it's like one of those dark things that police around the world don't want anybody to realize. So there are the crimes that get done. There are the crimes that get noticed. So from among them, there are the crimes that get acted upon, and from among them there are the crimes that get solved, and on each level there's a big difference of steps. Concern Triceratops says selamun aleyküm. Selamun aleyküm. Some of them might be really strange disappearances. Look, the states, especially rural parts, are just so enormous, and many people there are nice. Okay, I don't doubt that, but there are just lots of like, it's just a vast area, and they have like a high value on privacy, so you could go out there and like murder somebody, and it would take days before anybody noticed. You should collaborate with the Casual Earth channel. Okay, I'll look that up. Good idea. What is the Casual Earth channel? Let me see. Oh, it's a geography and climate related channel. Nice. I like this type of stuff. Let me subscribe. Wait. Subbed. Okay. Have you read any Discworld books? Unfortunately, no. Have you checked out Solar Sense? No, what are they? Oh, it's this animation channel? That's interesting. I don't know. It seems to be a like agglomeration of weird, mostly animation related stuff, but he talks about fetish art on DeviantArt. It's a video essay channel. I'm subscribed. I'll look it up. It's a cool YouTube channel. Okay, I'll look it up. Got over 1 million subs, so nice. Say hi to him or her for me if you know them. Sleep comes in like a motherfucker, but I'll stay up a bit more. Older videos are, I'll just have to see them then. It's okay. It's okay for a YouTube channel to be strange, a little strange, don't you think? Have you looked at any Tierzu? Yeah, I was watching it big time during COVID. Nice channel, very nice. He no longer does fetish art. Okay. Well, these things are very intimately connected. Like sometimes weird people are also weird in other ways. Different religious hells. Interesting. Soon we will reach 2 hours. This was a nice stream. How is next week gonna be for everybody here? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about what everybody's gonna do Monday, and then we actually officially just crossed into Monday, by the way, and then we'll say goodbye. How is your week gonna be? Share and care, everybody. Hmm. Thoughts on Life on Earth on Netflix. It's this big rushed animation they started making straight after Prehistoric Planet became a hit. I don't know. It's just one of those. It's just one of those channels. It's just one of those shows that I loved Prehistoric Planet and I watched both seasons, but I'm not sure if my hand will ever go and like click and watch that thing, even on a pirate site. I don't know, it just somehow doesn't feel like a real show to me. What time is it in Turkey? It's 4 p.m. It's midnight right now, which makes you what, like Eastern Standard Time, I think, huh? How did you learn to whistle like that? Apparently, I just learned myself. So it's not like you have to do vibratio. No, so this is a flat tone, okay? But to make it come alive, you need to do the vibratio. So instead of, you have to do plus. If you also go like ooh in your throat with your voice box while you're whistling, you can also go. I'm just good at it. My older brother and sister and their families are coming over, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, like crowded family time is always good. Gonna go to a course for apprentice painters. Nice. I'm like, you're like real like interior painting stuff, right? Good luck. Some of the missing 411 have. Well, I'll need to watch it. Certainly, there are some very weird things. Hey, TSR says hello, hello, hello, hello. First a kayaking class, now a singing lessons. First a cooking class. Yes, it's all in the life lessons. Sounds similar to Mongolian throat singing in a way. I can't do that one. Nah, I can't do it. That's a whole other specialty. But when it comes to whistling, I have perfect pitch. I don't know what the notes are because I'm not musically educated. But s- like play a song to me and I can play the exact notes. Have you broken any bones before? Probably not, except in high school PE class. I think one of these ring fingers got a bit damaged. So this thing barely bends up anymore. This thing. So whereas on the other one, the first joint can really bend, like this. So like I remember a basketball hit this one, and if it wasn't bruised, I don't know. Other than that, no broken bones. Thank heavens. All right, everyone. Any last words to say before we call it a night? This was a great stream. Thanks to everyone for joining. I love speculative evolution, but those classic gray aliens will always be my favorite. Interesting, you make the typo with the Ö in it, which makes me suspect you have a Turkish keyboard. Interesting. A little bit of Sherlock Holmes action right there. Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. They have Where do you think your body remains will be in 1,000 years? I don't care. I won't be around to care about it. I'll be watching from the space between spaces, though. That whistling, I can't believe that's possible. Okay, give me a song name right now and I'll try to whistle it for you. If I know the song, I'll do the notes. Go on. Have you met many people who know about spek in Turkey besides Alp Pongopardus? Bohem. Wait, I'll answer. I'll do the whistling, then I'll answer about people in Turkey who know about spek evo. And nothing ever matters. Okay. It's midnight, so I don't want to wake up the neighbors. It's getting quite late. Black hole sun. Okay, I already played my song bit, and it's midnight. I don't want to like get angry neighbors at my door here. And people and spec evo in Turkey, there's actually a small community, and everybody knows each other. There is Alp Pongo Pardus, who's a like genius gifted artist. He's like going to bury me. He's very talented, very talented. Then there is Lord Grunwalter Hilmi Ura, who's a close family friend, and he's uh, he's a nice, solid guy. I know he gets involved in a lot of drama, and like sometimes he reacts to things that he shouldn't, but I have a soft spot for him. There are many other people. There's also like lots of people from art schools that you never hear of in the discords or the reddits. These are usually women, girls, and they're super into speculative evolution or creatures or dinosaurs, but they just watch from the sidelines. But they're very talented, but they don't involve themselves in like the nitty gritty or the community dramas. So there. Please, the firework thing before. What's the firework? I'm not going to detonate a firework here. I actually have a whole box full of fireworks back there. What? Do you know Zekeriya Şentürk? Somebody by that name did email me too, but I don't know them in person. Me Lady says, hi, hi, hi. Speculative biology projects extravaganza. So it's just going to be a speculative biology iceberg video, which has already been made. So can I get one that's Up Cork, the true Irish capital? Double thumbs up thing. No, I'm not going to do it. It bugs up the broadcast, apparently. I don't want to die. Sometimes I wish I... All right. I don't want to sign off. Still 19 of you here. Imagine we grow this channel and I could have like a real studio with like monitors and stuff. But here's one thing I don't get about YouTuber backdrop arts and traditions. Why do they always have the fucking neon lights like in cyan or purple? That's so cliche. Just give me this buttery yellow white light. It's nice. What's the worst movie you have ever seen? There are many, but a close contender would be this one recent film. It's about this World War II bomber with a woman stowing away on it, and there's a gremlin, and the woman single-handedly like saves a baby, shoots down Japanese fighters, lands the plane. Like it's just so over the top. It's got this so annoying Captain Marvel thing cranked up to the max. I don't like it. That one movie with this boring actress Blake Lively and the shark was also utter dog shit. Also, those don't get me started about those 50 Shades of Grey movies. Like, come on. Therefore, attention grabbing. Yeah, but everybody has those colors, so they're no longer attention grabbing. Plus, does everybody have ADHD? It's just become a cliche. It's a 21st century cliche. Beast was the worst movie I have seen in a long time. I haven't seen it. You're probably right. I mean, shit movies are a dime a dozen. But some are like so bad, like it feels good to hate on them. Like those are the bad ones. Hmm. I think those they're not movies, but those recent Marvel series, Nick Fury's Secret Invasion, Loki, whatever. They're like they seem like shit. Shadow in the Cloud. That could be it. I don't know. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's that film, Shadow in the Cloud. It's horrible. It's horrible. 77% of get out of here. Oh fuck. It's just like the acting is horrible. I love movies with women protagonists, but it's just like it's such a cliche that it's like this sort of incels parody of a girl boss film. It's just so disgusting. I don't like that. The Meg, I actually like that. That movie is kind of self-consciously bad, like the Fast and Furious movies. So the Meg is good in my book. ADHD are a hated minority. I don't know. In this channel, we don't hate on anybody. Is there some ADHD fight going on in the background? I don't know. Have you ever heard the movies Plane or Moonfall? No. Unless you're talking about Airplane, which is the famous late 70s super comedy. I still find it fun. I used to watch it as a kid. Who is slandering ADHD? I don't get it. I think everybody would have some ADHD, what with mobile phones and stuff. But there are versions of ADHD where you like when you're talking with the person, you really understand that they don't focus on anything. But if you're just a bit distracted or like jump from subject to subject while speaking, that's okay. Have you seen No Exit by Sartre? Birdemic? No, I haven't seen it. I need to look that up. Shock and Terror. I haven't seen it. It's a horde of mutated birds. This is like a good film. I think it's gonna rock. I don't know. It has become a cult classic. They say so. I don't know. Wait, I'm just checking some messages. Just bear with me. All right, back. Congratulations on the Grasshopper. Thank you. What do you think about Bionicle? They're nice toys. I don't know the lore behind them. Thoughts on hatred aging the French and the British. Hatred aging? I don't know it. Have you watched 28 Days Later? I did, and it was really scary. Some pathogens that cause. Nah. Have you played any Bioshock games? CM Grasshopper Daddy, yes. My brother was big into Bioshock. No gods, no kings, but only man. And it's a nice game, okay, but how you doing, bro? Says CSC Intel Instros Electricas. I'm doing well, thank you, brother. Have you heard of Mormon crickets? Are you talking about Jerusalem crickets? Those like big baby-headed, like digging. Oh, they're nice. I like them. I must against not aging. I still don't get it. Like the British and the French against not aging. I'm sorry. 2 hours and 16 minutes. Yeah, I feel energetic today. On the occasion of the Centennial of the Turkish Republic, I'm feeling very patriotic and full of energy. Ah, I am feeling sleepy though. Mormon North American Vetas, they're lovely. I would love to have Mormon crickets as pets. Is that a worky lanyard? No, it's actually a flashlight. I was gonna use it in other place to provide illumination, like horror film illumination, like so. But okay, thoughts on hatred against the British and the French. Why? Because of colonialism? I have no idea. Dealing with the situation right now, gotta go. Okay, have a nice day. I hope you resolve it well. Everybody has stuff going on in the background. Never forget. I'm gonna heat up a cheeseburger. Be right back. Okay. What happened to your cupboard doors? I just don't fucking like them. Like I need to be able to reach in and grab the plates. I don't have time for that shit. So the cupboard doors only exist where they need to exist. Like in an ideal world, this kitchen would be like a library with just glasses and plates on them. What is the whistle thing you were holding? It's just a piece of bamboo. And earlier on in the stream, we pretended it was the flute of Demeter. And but no, I gotta keep it quiet. It's past midnight. Funny you left the hinge arms. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I know that colonialism still affects the modern world, but Commonwealth is a voluntary thing. Yeah. A lot of anti-British, like anti-imperial rhetoric was also kind of pushed by the Americans. to basically divest the British of their new empire so the US could set up its new empire. To be fair, we are probably the first empire to stay straight up, give up on its empire, aren't we? Well, even in Victorian times, there was heated debate on like, is it worth is it worth it to keep a direct empire? Is it like, do we have to physically rule these places, or are we just better off like having our companies do business with them? And I think they figured it out, don't you think? Interview with John Michael Godier. Who is he? Ooh, science fiction author. Okay, let's look at his channel. I am already subscribed. Interesting. Nice channel. I should listen to it more. If you know him, send in a good word. What can I say? Have you heard of rubber ducky isopods? Also, hissing cockroaches. I like them both. Rubber ducky isopods are basically these iris isopods with the orange colored flanges. So they look like little ducks. Do you have taxidermied works? No, I don't do taxidermy. Looking at your Cosamanite short design, it looks like it could be evolved form of Temptor with two heads. Maybe. I didn't think about it this way, but I obviously have like certain visual patterns that inevitably creep in there when I'm drawing stuff. Show us some dead animals you got here. I don't have any dead animals, man. Unless you count the cut up chickens in my freezer. I know what you're getting at there, pal. All right, 2.5 hours, but I'm back with the burger. There's still 23 of you. Okay, last words. Anything you want to ask before we say goodbye? Kedi var mı? Says Bot Pirate. Kedi yok kardeş. No cats in this house at the moment. What are your thoughts on taxidermy? Do you think it's ethical? I mean, if a pet died and you want to immortalize it, I think it's legit. Mhm. Is it possible for a land ecosystem to be carrier independent like ocean environments? Maybe ecosystems with giant sauropods in them had something similar going, maybe at a lower rate, but could be possible. I can't do two thumbs up, it clogs the stream. Some of your work is quite Freudian. Ah, yes, obviously. Why do you think creativity evolved in the first place? It probably like doesn't escape anybody here that I am a person quite at peace with his body and his lust, but I'm also very socially temperate and politically correct about it. And that's just the joy of life. But nobody needs to be sleazy about it. It's just a natural part of life. Treat people like people, and you'll get more action than you would believe. You wouldn't believe. Do you have any plans to travel outside of Turkey? Ah, the economy is so bad. First of all, I personally I oscillate daily between wanting to spend the rest of my life in a small Turkish city and wanting to emigrate to the United States. No, nowhere else. Because if I'm going to lose everything, if I'm going to leave everything behind, it had better be for like a big ass big country. Uh, but I don't know. You need to find work. If I can grow this channel, maybe, but I know. I also work professionally as an advertiser, and I'd make more money as an advertiser in the States than I would as a YouTuber. Why do you think creativity evolved? Interesting. Pattern recognition, maybe. Pattern recognition and sex, and also language, and the need to express things in a social hierarchy. Go on a worldwide tour and just your yeah. How could we do it though? How would the finances work? Like, okay, let's plan a worldwide CM Kozeman tour. Okay, it's so visa costs, airplane costs, a hotel everywhere. Let's just look at a random hotel in like Delaware hotels. Okay, Booking.com. I'm just looking at like, so prices are between Delaware is quite cheap compared. Okay, how much would that make? Wait, I'm just going to translate the currencies. Around like $100 per night. That's for hotels alone. Okay, that's one thing out of the way. Then there's like counting maybe another $100 per day for food, fuel, like all of that brought together. And so like we're looking at $200 per day. That's just my expenses. Okay. And then there's the whole cost of the plane tickets, the visa arrangements, the car rental stuff. Okay, maybe you stuff that in the thing, but also I like would need to go, maybe, I don't know. I will personally pay for you to come to London. Oh, nice. Wait. Delaware has vicious black bears. Ideally, I don't know, somehow land in New York and just spend a couple of days in New York City. I don't like this city much. Then I don't know. I have friends in like most of the eastern seaboard, so maybe I don't know, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, maybe Florida, who knows? Then up to Michigan, Cincinnati. Also, ideally, in an environment like realistically, if you have like some creative person coming over and giving tours, these would have to go college campus by college campus. So like there would be events need to be organized and like venues to be hired, and it's just a whole lot of costs. Now I do know from TED ZooCon last year that I can sell maybe around 500 to $1,000 of paintings or drawings or sketches in 2 days. So this is something that happened to me. I was lucky. So I would have to sell sketches maybe like $100 per postcard size sketch or something. Would many people come up? I don't know. Come to Sweden, Globen. Okay, one day. Ideally, in the States, I would just rent a car and drive all over the place. I love driving. Do you do student discounts? Actually, I do take commissions, but a flat fee, $150 for a digital creation. I know it's not cheap, but everybody's got to eat. It was a good idea, though. Somebody mentioned it. I will make maybe more affordable prints on the merch store. So you could perhaps get those. Come to the western deserts, Mojave, Grand Canyon. I went to Mojave. I went to the Grand Canyon actually, and I actually it seems like another lifetime. But in 2016, I went to Santa Fe and Albuquerque. Those are great places. When I'm rich and famous, I'll buy all your art. Ah, thank you. Have you met my Wayne Barlow? Only on Instagram, and sometimes he likes my stuff, and then I get like a all fanboyish because like I he was and remains my idol as an artist. And then of course there are ways of legally emigrating to the States. I think I would make a good American, like a well-off person too, I hope. But I don't know, all those avenues are kind of clogged at the moment. And any day now, I think World War III might start. So there's a Turkish restaurant in my city called Anatolian's Kitchen. Which city? They probably do some based food. Because if if anybody from Turkey emigrates to the Western world, like one of their first unique selling propositions is the food. Really, you fucking don't know how to cook out down there, and like we do. Oh, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Huh. Ah, well, I think it's good. You should go check it out. Oh, I'm not doing a thumbs down. I mean, members of the treasonous, opaque religious cult that is the Gulen movement have a big base in Pennsylvania, but it's nowhere near Bethlehem, I think. So it would be fine, I think. Go try. Okay, I'll do you this wager, and you tell me in the next stream. Okay, go up there to the Anatolian kitchen. Try to have some. What should you have? Either try the moussaka, which the Greek people also have in their cuisine, or try the Iskender döner. Yes, try the Alexandrian Iskender döner. Remember, Iskender is just Alexander in Turkish. So the way they do it here, it's a bed of soft bread, and over it is like a bed of meat shavings, mutton shavings, and they deuce it all with molten butter. Oof. Also try that mantı, which is Turkish ravioli. You will be treated well. How do you spell the dishes? Oh, okay. How do I'm just so İskender döner is I sorry, ISKENDER space DONER İskender döner. Somebody spell musaka. Musakka. Onu da bir denesin. Bütün Türkler. Hadi bakalım. Musakka, musakka. Oh, the other thing, mantı is MANTI. So there. Some Pennsylvanians don't know what palm tree reproductive organs are. Yeah, in that moment, you can't blame them, huh? Mantı is, it's not Turkish tortellini, it's Turkish ravioli. My culture eats spaghetti with a bed of rice, lemon, veg, and a whole banana. When you say my culture, it sounds like an alien civilization. Try shakshuka, very delicious. Also, yes. Also, ask about their desserts. Ask about the desserts in the Bethlehem, Pennsylvania Turkish restaurant. It would be, mm, what should we? Oh, ekmek kadayıf is great, yeah. No, but the true, either try halka tatlısı, which is ring dessert. That's Halke. No, sorry, Halka, halka. Are you writing them down, by the way? Let's get you Turkish food pilled. Oh, Mediterranean's food pilled too. Okay. Halka tatlı. Also try, this is the best, Kemal Paşa tatlısı. That's Kemalpasa space Tatli. Yes. Do you like my number station encoding of letters? So Kemal Paşa tatlısı, they look like little testicles almost. I'm sorry to say. They're like very sugary but light, and they put cream on them. They're delicious. Yes, Butt Pirate is helping too. Together we'll teach these Westerners how to eat. No, no, I'm not chauvinist about cuisine. I love American cuisine, as everybody knows here. Numerous times I've expressed my great fondness for American style breakfasts. Like, so whenever, like, so where would you take me if I was down in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania? Because, like, whenever I was in the States, here was the kind of breakfast that I enjoyed. Okay, get ready to be disgusted because I eat like a pig, but I am Puerto Rican. Okay, nice. So when I'm in the States, I wake up, go to a breakfast place. Here's what I get: strips of bacon, pancakes, tall glass of orange juice, big fucking bowl, okay, big fucking bowl of Fruit Loops and like some like high calcium milk. Get those down. Also, chase it up with maybe tangerine or a sliced orange or grapefruit, and then at least 2 cups of big American coffee. There's an ice cream place very close to my. It's very good. Nice. Everybody's hungry now, aren't you? Okay, all this talk made me hungry too. So let me put you onto night mode while I actually go pee first, and then afterwards we'll be back to talk more about food and stuff. My favorite breakfast series is Fruity Pebbles. Cocorech is good. Okay, but slowly. They're not get ready to eat ass yet. Cocorech is literally eating ass. I'll tell you about it when I'm back. Hmm. Welcome to my mystical night mode. Yes? No, those were not P sounds. They were just sounds of me pouring some water. Earth really is a place, am I right? Yes. Were you frying chicken? No, I don't fry chicken. I cook it on a bed of olive oil or butter and stuff. What's your favorite post mass extinction faunal assemblage? Well, one of my friends was like really hyping up there's this weird place with all the Bear Gulch formation. It's all the weird shark adjacent fish and strange, almost Cambrian era creatures. Just a second. So this is a nice midnight special. Just take a cucumber, slice it, and pour lots of salt. It just gets your minerals flowing. Okay, peeing sounds like okay, maybe okay. Oh, we're pushing on 3 hours. Okay. Anybody else want to invite me over for dinner? Mm. I am gonna call it quits after this. Do you consider yourself part of the God consciousness of our planet? A good question. I think every living thing might be fingers of one big unseen hand. So, in that respect, yes. But I also think like consciousness, these are like my private mystical assumptions, by the way. They're not really backed up with any evidence, but basically I have reason to believe that your mind is made out of fragments. After you pass on, they can form other associations, or maybe they have formed other associations before. Maybe that's why love strikes so intensely. Any animal with Typhloesus seems like, yeah, there's an episode on that actually in the depths of my channel. Typhloesus was this very weird creature. Looks like a weird slime fish with a strange ball in it, and it looks like a Neon Genesis Evangelion creature. And they have always been found with remnants of conodont animals in them. So conodonts are these also very strange, like they look like worms with jaws and stuff. And Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So is consciousness and energy? I don't know. It's just I don't want to get too Deepak Chopra about it. Whatever consciousness is, this I mean this mortal story ends when you die. So you better make sure you have a life worth living. Man, this lightning is lit. I should have done this before. I feel similar. That's why I asked. How old are you? Next year I'll be 40. Well, I still feel like I'm 18. I don't care. New stream lighting. Yeah, I was just shitting on neon lighting and now I'm using it myself. Isn't that funny? Mhm. Kokoreç explanation video. Basically, in the Balkans and in Greece and in Turkey, there's this street food called kokoreç, which is actually quite tasty. Basically, it's the guts of intestines of a sheep, usually washed and chopped up, chop, chop, chop, chop, chop. So it's like a kind of really nice, actually delicious sort of food. But on the streets, they usually like spice it up too much. It's too greasy, too spicy, and sometimes they don't wash it right. And you know what that means? Like you are eating ass. You look like you're about to end Han Solo. I need strength to do what I must. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. That whole Kylo Ren theme was one of the only nice things about those sequels or whatever those things were. Now, what is the scariest prehistoric animal? It would have to be one of those small-sized tyrannosaurs or carnosaur, like predatory dinosaurs. Not the giant ones, but the ones that are horse-sized, basically, because they would chase you down. They would like specifically chase people down. And if you ever seen like chickens chasing mice down and gobbling them up, like imagine that level of psychopathic persistence. That would be really scary. Would you rather be a herbivore or a carnivore? I'd actually be a herbivore because carnivores are near starving all the time. What's the scariest prehistoric animals? Oh, I answered this one. What's the scariest thing about our species? The organizations we built are the scariest. Like, think about state organization, think about factory farming, and like the way we can organize billions of people in societies at those sizes. Anything you do is scary. Like if a billion people need to water, you just drink entire lakes and rivers dry. Some sauropods may have evolved features on their necks that may have blended with rocky mountainsides. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What's the coolest thing about our species? Hmm, compassion, creativity. Imagine a horse-sized predatory bird, the huge talons and feathers. It could glide. Horse-sized animal could not glide on this planet, but it would be scary. How would you incorporate horror in a world-building project? Try not to have scary things, but scary situations. I mean, hmm, hmm. I mean, imagine a, I don't know what would be scary. I think the scariest thing is like imagine 10 guys with knives outside to stab you and your family, cut your throats, and they're relentless. So now replace the guys with some sort of creature, maybe. That's scary. I just came back. Can't believe the stream is still going. Well, yes, tonight is an exceptional night. Quetzalcoatlus was bigger than a horse. Okay, point conceded. Yes. I also came back and was positively surprised, says Amanda. A good example could be there's this book called Gateway by Frederick Pohl, that's Pohl, and they in this world they find this interstellar space station left over by an alien race. They have also the ships, but they don't know how to operate the ship. So you get on a ship and like you press these alien buttons and see where you can end up. The thing is, if you some of these ships have gone to other worlds, and as a result, they have discovered really like beautiful like planets, and as a result, the people who went on those trips became rich. But for every ship that strikes it big, there are 10 that goes and just disappears and stuff. So it was like there are some genuinely scary situations there. My favorite type of horror is no torture. Yeah, I don't think like things with torture, pain, or gore. They're not even horror. They're just like porn for people who are bad in bed, basically. I was a rat. You mean the stainless steel rat series? It is I, the up corp guy. Hello. I hope I've been staying up for 3 hours. I hope some of you feel generous to donate to me on the link is below. Buy me a coffee. At least buy me a coffee. Come on. I've been entertaining you guys for the whole night. I don't find clowns scary. It's not clowns that are scary, it's just weird people in a suburban environment. And if you think hard about it, it's the suburban environment that puts the fear in these situations. Donate and like. Yes, yes, yes. Have you heard of the indie game Lung and its lore? I have just sent you a DM on Twitter, says Milady Cast. Let's check. XCOM now, but fuck that. Ooh. Milady Cass has sent me the website of Anatolian Kitchen, Bethlehem. Food is ready. Our menu. Let's go. Oh, they all have kebabs. So this is the like more southern Anatolian, almost Middle Eastern sort of Turkish cooking. Baba ganoush, spicy salad, spinach pastry, gyro sandwich. What the fuck is that? Wraps. Oh, they have ızgara kebab though. Oh, they do have Alexander kebab. Yeah, yeah, go get that. It's in the I don't know third page of the menu, but it is called Alexander kebab. Get that, and afterwards get künefe, the Kunefe dessert. Top it all off with Turkish tea or coffee. Prices aren't so bad either. Skip everything else. Some of their meat dishes are just really greasy and degenerate. Does Turkey share that coastal rainforest with Iran? No, you're talking about the weird rainforest microclimate they have in Yemen, not here. They do have a boreal rainforest in up in the Black Sea coast, though. I will be ending the stream soon, said CM Kozmena. Well, you got me talking about food, so here I am. Okay, somebody help out our friend. Uh, Write down Iskender kebab, künefe, and Turkish coffee. That should be like first induction experience. Favorite clade from Biblaridion series. It has to be this one thing which lives in the lake, but it's actually the last surviving member of a remnant of a very old lineage. I like that thing. Let me check some more messages and shit. All right. All right. Tardigradum finally caught a stream. Yes, welcome, my watery friend. Do you have many apartments? Oh, I don't own any houses. I wish I did. What do you mean? Up Cork, down Waterford. Local rivalry must be. Well, the Junior says, come to Turkey. I am in Turkey. What are you talking about? You do also have this interesting church up there in Bethlehem, right? The Magic Star Church, Moravian Church. You got a big presence up there. Go to Turkey. Muamua says, I am in Turkey. Where the hell am I going to go? I'm going to go like Turkeyception. Come to Athens. We will do Urbex. I will take you on that. I actually, do you think that my mom, brother, and dad would like Turkish food? Interesting. I'm guessing they like meat, like they're not vegetarian, so they would like it. Stick to the menu I discussed, and they'd be very happy. Also, try maybe ayran. That's like liquefied yogurt, but very nice. It's soul food. That's what it is. But stick to the menu I mentioned. So, in another lifetime, I actually had like a long committed relationship with a Greek girlfriend, and I actually lived in Athens for like a total of 8 months or even more. Oh, I know the city quite well. Και ξέρω λίγο ελληνικά. Enough to say Μια tavola per Dio adomo parakalo. I can read the text. I can usually understand what's spoken. So, urban expedition in Athens, yeah, I'd be down for that. Omonia Square, uh, Psyri, the weird parts between Exarchia and Kolonaki, everywhere is covered with graffiti. God damn, man. By the way, if you like Turkish food, if you must go to Athens because the Greeks are actually great at doing Turkish food, and there needs to be no enmity about this. Great at stealing Turkish recipes. I, I always dislike this stupid Turkish Greek enmity. It's a shared cuisine of the Ottomans, and some participated more than most, but like it's my least favorite of geographic shit posting. It's our food, bro. It's your food, bro. It's just food. Eat. I never had any Turkish food. Maybe there's somewhere in LA that does. Well, if you're in the West Coast, actually hit up Armenian restaurants, which actually do Turkish food better than many Turks. Like all the fancy pants people in Istanbul are like, I went to an Armenian restaurant, and it's like, cause like they know how to cook. They know how to cook. Me and my friend, yes, Kalinihta filemu. Is that how it's spelled? Did you know that a mantis will always be defeated by a camel spider? Yes, because camel spiders are like four-wheel drive monsters. Glendale is a pretty Armenian community, yeah. Unfortunately, they have lots of historical grievances. West Coast also has amazing Lebanese food. Yes, I am from a culture where no one tries to steal our food, lol, says Samantha. Aggressive Greek and Turkish patriotism scares me. Well, okay, so here's my observation. It all depends on where the person is. So if let's say there's a Turkish person and a Greek person, but they're both living in Berlin or London, they get along well with each other. But if people who have formerly been oppressed by the Ottoman Empire are far more nationalist against the Turks than Turks could ever be biased against them. Currently, most Turks that I know have biases towards, well, there's no easy way to see it, people from other parts of the Middle East due to the overcrowding of refugees from Syria and surrounding countries. All good recipes are stolen from Russia here. Could other arachnids beat the camel spider? Mm, maybe some of the bigger scorpions. I don't know. There are these disgusting YouTube channels where they make bugs fight, and it's just really cruel because they kill each other, and it's like really, well, something that should not be on tape. Well, here I am popularizing Turkish food, one person at a time around the world. How would you solve overpopulation? Do you need to? It's sorting itself out, don't you see? Every country, birth rates are bottoming out, which is a good thing. There are a lot of alarmist idiots saying, oh, we need more people, we need more Western man and Western woman and Western trad. I have to make Western babies, Western civilization. My Western, we're gonna collapse. But actually, no. You know what's gonna happen? Yeah, populations are gonna dip. Then they're gonna plateau. I think like it's gonna stabilize at around like 3 to 4 billion, and it's gonna be a better planet for everybody involved. The reason, if you want, people are not making kids is because nobody can afford a house, nobody can afford the rent, nobody can afford an education, nobody can afford a car, nobody can afford anything except go online and do shit all. I mean, so it's like maybe implement basic living universal income, or how about the state give everybody their own house, and then if you want the population increase, then you'll have it. But there's a thing with urban living, and basically there's a thing with having these sorts of technology around you, these mobile devices and stuff, which just gives people more in life than being sitting around getting bored. Remember, many people just had kids because they were bored. And it sounds like a very simplistic explanation, but it's also correct. So when people have access to more technology and more amenities, they kind of start reevaluating their reevaluating their things in life. But it would lead to communism. Yeah, maybe in 80 years. The, I don't get why people are so formulaic about these things. I would never deny that communism was a horrible thing as it was enacted in the Cold War. Millions of people tried to flee those countries. Millions of people fled those countries. They all degenerate into repressive authoritarian regimes. But what people ask today is not communism in that respect. They're just asking for the state to step in for something else than a war, or complex bureaucratic legislation designed to empower big oligopoly companies. People always, any regime, I mean, if tomorrow they invent a new regime and it's like superb and solve everything, it's like, I don't know, like, call it anything you like. In 80 years, that regime will degenerate into a stifling thing too. Because humans are selfish. In any regime, they will find ways there will be evil people finding ways to take. And this has been the case with communism. Now it's the case with capitalism. The next best regime is the next regime. Best regime is the next regime. And remember, regimes, governments, states, dare I say, maybe even cultures, they're just tools. They're just tools. If they serve people well, they're okay to keep around. If they don't, fuck them. Have you heard of Cold War psychology? Well, I've heard a lot about the Cold War. I've read a lot about it, but what aspect about, like, what do you pertain to when you mean Cold War ideology, psychology? Elaborate a little. Have to go, but this was nice. Catch you later, alligator. Catch you too. Cultures, correct? Yes. Still don't get it, but okay. Just as afternoon coffee, this was great. Yes, thank you for enjoying it with me. There's like a heavy food conversation going on. Just checking some messages. Be right back. Which cultures? In the long term, in a long enough term, even cultures are a sort of technology if you think about it. Like in the past, you could talk about something called Hittite culture or Phrygian culture or Roman culture, but over time these cultures disappeared. But of course, the people making up those cultures usually were not genocided, but they just assumed the culture of an another overbearing polity. Etruscans become Romans, that sort of stuff. Some Have you tried empanadas before? Let me see. What does an empanada look like? Oh, it's a Spanish. I like them. Okay, they're not bad. I mean, they remind me a bit of içli köfte, which is another Turkish thing. Oh, wait. Huh? If you like empanadas, let me look up that menu again. They may have something similar. Oh, wait a minute. Bear with me. Do they have içli köfte here? Maybe not. This is not a bad restaurant, but it would not last a second in the homeland. Yeah, it would not last a minute against the real deal. But yeah, I hope you go and enjoy it. Okay, we moved from empanadas into atrocities. An example of Cold War psychology is foreign aid given to a failed state is inherently bad. Rival countries paint each side as beasts. Interesting. I mean, in some forms, I agree with it, but in other forms, I mean, if you exploited those countries for so long, you might as well take care of them. Even if you're like very selfish, that's like the more pragmatic thing to do. Ultimately, like the whole world depends on handouts from basically like 8 or 10 big states. That's all. Most of the world depends on handouts from the states actually, and Russia. All comes down to what you can produce. So there. uh, there's a lot of Finland love debates going on. Do you have any advice for artists who struggle with composition? Learn negative spacing. Like, look at this screen, for example. Okay, it's a composition I like. Maybe for this bit, not because it's a trash bag, but because it's incomplete. Well, my head is here. Maybe I would position it like this. So, like, the negative space here is kind of like beautiful compared to the negative space here, which is rhyming here and stuff. Do you believe nationalism and patriotism are different things? Yes. Yes. And I mean, this should be an easy distinction to make in the States. If I was an American, I'd be very proud of being an American, but I would not be very proud about like raw, raw, Turkish Americans, blah, blah, blah. But as a Turkish citizen, I'm very proud to be Turkish. Ne mutlu Türk'üm diyene. If you had infinite budget and could make a documentary about one of your projects, it would be a Studio Ghibli animation of Snayad. Even nationalism in some ways, in little doses, is fine. It's when it comes to irredentism and like holding past grudges that's when it becomes problematic. But there are also like history as a reality of its own that, I mean, if you have any background and that background somehow entails conflict or exploitation by another group of people, then at some point anybody may need to just like own up to it or like deal with it or face it, because it's very rare to be just a person, just a neutral person, just a neutral world citizen. I used to follow this really pretty girl on Instagram. She was from Finland, so I'm wow, okay. Finland, they have this really nice education system, or a really like hyped education system. Tani says, "Hi chat, hi everybody. Hello, my 27 followers. I think this is our best stream yet. Don't you think?" Just checking some messages. There's this Irish Finland. This is like a house party, and everybody's having their own conversation. It's nice. Daddy Kozman throws the best parties. Milady says, "I love meeting people from other cultures. My only requirement is we have same or similar interests." That's an interesting point. Actually, try to make friends with people who share nothing with you. Like, okay, so like obviously they're not prejudiced against you or anything, but um, people with completely different, like from walks of life, I actually find they always contribute more to me than people who basically have the same interests with me, especially when it comes to dating and stuff. I mean, like sharing the same interests is well up to a point, but it's about like how you approach things in life usually. Would you eat raw cactus? I have. They are called şeytan inciri, devil's figs, and well, you just need to pluck out the spikes, peel the thing, and it's very tasty. It's basically this usual like green cactus kind of cactus. Do you mean straight from a cactus? Straight from a cactus I've eaten. We have appreciation of green color, and we're almost at 4 hours, everybody. It helps when they start early, I guess. It also feels nice. You guys are my online friends I get to talk with. Green is the color. Any more Turkish friends up in the chat? What else should we recommend to these Western friends of ours to eat? Pork belly, yes. Night King HP says is promoting the Irish, Finnish, Spanish, German, Turkish Green Alliance. I just realized if you don't have the same interest, friendships tend not to last. Okay, somewhat agree. This is more of a problem in the States, by the way. I mean, people are very, very like singular or pragmatic minded. It happens like that elsewhere in the world to a degree. But yeah. World Peace Stream. Yeah. On the eve of World War III. By the way, guys, like those American fleet ships are getting closer and closer to the Levant. And if anything happens to those ships, it's on. Everybody's hyping ekmek, which is just common Turkish bread. What's a common misconception in paleontology that you really hate? Interesting. I think it has to be the trope of plant-eating dinosaurs, like basically as like green meat for the predators to eat. If you ever faced a horse or a donkey, okay, now scale that up like 10 times the size, even like one of those duck-billed dinosaurs, and it's like it's a huge, devastating creature. Friendships are overrated if the surrounding people are going to be pragmatic. Well, I'll give you a caveat. If you are at work, sometimes it's better to have pragmatic friendships. You don't need to like open your heart out to people you work with because then it's a bit pragmatic. Now autism has joined the Global Alliance Against Evil. Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Like Argentinosaurus, not even Argentinosaurus, like those mid-sized plant-eating things. Bat Pirate is having a food orgasm, suggesting the following: lahmacun, pastırmalı pide, dolma, cacık, kumpir. Cacık is nice, especially at this time of night. It's basically yogurt laced with cucumber shavings and salt. Really restorative. For paleo hate, the T-Rex chicken connection is super exaggerated in a way I absolutely despise. You are very right. That's the IFL science, aging millennial sort of science communication, which I also dislike. I wonder if anybody like hooks up from this stream or like finds a best friend or gets married or something. Because people are having some really nice conversations. Thanks so much for the company. Good night, everyone. Well, I should call it a night too. Everybody compares every other theropod to Tyrannosaurus. Yes. Another thing I dislike about contemporary paleo lore or paleontology reporting is the way they write everything, like every discovery. Like imagine there's this one weird dinosaur and they say it will help us better understand complex evolutionary relationships. Yeah, it probably will. But also, god damn, you just say it was a cool creature and that's that. You don't, and not everything has to serve an overarching educational purpose. Right-wing red pill types say paleontology is a waste of time. Well, those people are wastes of sperm themselves, are they not? God, you gotta tell these are like these like hopeless high school bully types who found themselves in an environment where now information, or at least appearing to have information, is a kind of currency. So they need to dress themselves up with arguments that look or sound smart. So they have this like, oh, we don't need this, we don't get bent. Um, Cosm and Gape, I was just yawning. So I think they will mature. Yeah, I agree too. They're mostly like 12 or something. Perfect Mo. Ha. I like my teeth. I have these vampiric fangs. What the teeth do? Not for me to tell. Which one do you like, Suminia or Crassigyrinus? Crassigyrinus. Crassigyrinus is this like, imagine a tadpole the size of a door, but it's actually not a tadpole, but a big flat salamander, flatfish kind of thing. Zikwa says, thanks for the new species. Thanks, I'm honored. I'm very honored. Sometimes I think some paleontologists consider it fossil a new species, but it could be a smaller, slightly different variation of an already established one. Maybe, but maybe not, because with fossils, even like temporarily very close fossils, they will have hundreds of thousands of years between them. So it would be like the difference between a savanna lion and a cave lion. So actually, I think we have many more species than we currently give credit for. Favorite meme? Oh, there are many. If entomologists and paleontologists switch jobs, all archosaurs will be in the genus Passer. This is so good. This is so good. Such a good joke. Have you heard of Clint's Reptiles? I actually follow this channel. It's a great channel. That guy is like obsessed and very interested in cladistics, and technically nothing he says is not true. It all starts from this trope he had when he was introducing animals. So it was mostly about the reptiles. So it was mostly a reptile channel. So he was having like green iguana, the best pet reptile, corn snake, the best pet reptile. But then, he ran out of obviously animals, pets to describe. So he said like hamster, the best pet reptile, and it kind of became a running joke. But then he's actually really interested in cladistics too. So yeah. If we are breaking up Clint's reptiles, what about it? Yeah, he's cool. Okay. We switch to the white light mode now. Oh God, I'm sleepy. His verbal cadence sounds like a sports broadcaster. I think he's a cool guy. Very, very cool guy, actually. What would you think if someone made clip compilations of your videos? I would enjoy them very much. Have you heard of New England Reptile Distributors? Yes. Actually, in the first days of the internet, like I'm talking about 1998 or something with dial up internet, I was just using Google to look at reptiles and stuff. I was just Googling reptile names, and that was one of the first websites I came to. I think I have to go sleep, says Tani. So do I, everybody. 3 hours, 33 minutes. Let's wait for 3:33:33, and I will call it a night. So it's at 3:33:10, 11, 12, 13. It was great. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching. Look, I just gave a big chunk of my time, and I'd really appreciate it if you go at least go buy me some coffees, you know. Mrs. Közeman has, yes, I love the county of Cork. 31, 32, 33.